Thanks for joining us. I'm Lorelei Shamayo, Metaphysical Empowerment and Wellness Events. We hold events throughout the Northwest, and we interview our practitioners and vendors so you get a sense of who we are before you meet us in person. So I'm here today interviewing Sharon Appelbaum. So Sharon, tell us a little about your work. What is it that you share at our fairs?
I offer many things. I'm available to help people with everything from guided imagery to palm readings to past life readings. I can tell them many different people who they were in other lifetimes, and they're never anybody famous. So I can do that. I do intuitive readings and coaching, and I do everything, pretty much everything except for tarot. Don't do tarot. I'm a direct channel, I was told, and I don't need cards. I just get the information. So as I talk to people, information comes to me, or they can ask me questions, and through that, I'll hear the answer or see it or feel it, because I work through all of my senses, which is a real gift. And yeah.
I had no idea, like all the different kinds of work that you do. How did this first show up for you in your life?
It all started doing healing work, a system called Jinshin Jitsu. It's an energetic healing, and it means art of the divine spirit. And it's like laying on of hands, but on specific points, so it's like recipes. And you just follow the different recipes to get the body into balance. And how it's different from everything else is that it heals your emotions too. It's really nice. So I got into it. I was taking chemistry, and I flunked my first test, which was, the metric system, and I was crying and crying, and oh my gosh, I'll never be able to get in. And the counselor told me about somebody who did this, and I went in crying and came out a whole different person. I mean, the crying stopped. I was much younger, so, as you get older, you don't heal quite that fast. But it stopped my depression, stopped my crying spells, and then I started having regular sessions, and then decided I was going to study it because that's better than being the nurse. That was my original goal, instead of just pills,
How fascinating that a counselor told you about this person.
I know. She'd had sessions. She had cancer previously, and that's how she found out about it. And because, again, like it heals the emotions, so when you heal the emotions, everything gets better.
Wow. And so this was like before you were 20 or right after you were 20 or where?
Probably late 20s.
Wow.
Late 20s, maybe early 30s, somewhere up in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Great stuff. It's relaxing to do. It's relaxing to receive. And I teach classes in it too. You can heal yourself. It's beyond words. It's hard to comprehend everything. I have a lot of information. People are interested.
And did you become more aware of your intuition showing up after that? Was it happening all along before, or did you specifically, how did that?
I was told that I always had it, but I didn't know. I said, "What do you mean do readings? I can't do readings." They say, "Well, you've done them all your life. You're always giving me a reading." So that was silly. And then one girl was having a birthday party, and she wanted me to come there and do readings. And I said, "Okay." That was actually before I learned palm reading. And so I went there and was giving readings to all these people. And one of the people who was at her party was a lawyer. And he had said to me, I would love to have you on my trials or jury, whatever you call that, because you can see both sides of the picture. And that's very rare. So that was inspiring. And then again, I still doubted myself, can I do this? But yeah, there was a girl who I kept seeing her dancing. She said, "No, I don't dance. I don't dance." And finally, she said, "I always wanted to be a dancer when I was a child." So, but that energy was still there from her childhood. And that's so cool when you get to work with that.
Yeah. So what do your sessions typically look like these days? So do people come with specific questions, or how do your sessions unfold?
For the sessions, I like to work with questions. Then I can feel their energy better. I like to hold their hands, again, feeling their energy. And it just kind of happens, you have to have a certain chemistry with the person for it to really work. And people actually are pretty intuitive when they come to the fairs and all, because I think a lot of it is they want validation that they are intuitive.
Or that you say they have a sense of something and they don't fully trust themselves to follow it. And so getting that reflection from someone else is helpful
Right.
to them.
I was that way forever. People kept saying, why are you coming to me? You're better than I am. But I didn't trust it. So it's been a real learning experience.
And I know you recently mentioned to me inner child healing. Can you say a little bit more about?
Oh, this is my newest thing and I totally love it. I've done some of it in the past, but each teacher you have is different. So I've learned it in a whole different capacity. And this new system that I learned is my favorite of all, because we all know we need to nurture that inner child, because all of our fear and all that is the inner child. So, and it's more than just getting in touch with the inner child. This is a whole learning process for the client where they can learn how to work with the inner child, how to work with the mother who even gave birth to the child, and it's healing the mother as well. It's just beyond words. There's just so much wonderful, wonderful information in that. I just love it.
And are there ways that you do bits of that with people at the fairs also, or is that more of a private session sort of thing?
More private. I can do a little bit. I can help them find out, about their inner child a little bit, start the basics of it. But to get the true, I have to take them deep into it's a process. Yeah.
How exciting. Well, so how do you share about your work at the fairs? You do so many different things. What do you call it? How do you talk about it?
I know it took me years to come up with the right heading. So now it's Apple Tree Healing because it covers everything. And it's a nice name. And my last name is Appelbaum, which means apple tree. So Apple Tree Healing kind of made sense.
Great. And how do people find out more about you online?
I have a new website finally, because I finally have a name. It's appletreehealing.com.
Great, great. Well, thank you so much for sharing. It's been lovely chatting with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then for those of you watching, listening, you can find out more about our events online at metaphysicalempowermentevents.com. We have fairs in Seattle, Portland, Salem, and Eugene. We now have up to 45, 50 practitioners at events. We have talks during the day, and we have our intuitive panels, always the first hour of our fairs. We look forward to seeing you soon.